Hi, this is Miss Kirk, and today we're going to do 17-5, or step up lesson number 5, which is understanding rates. So let's talk a little bit about what a rate is. A rate is a special kind of ratio, and in our last video we learned that ratios were like a comparison of two quantities that compares quantities with unlike units of measurement. So we're going to talk about unit rates today, and we're going to see that sometimes you might actually have to do some division to find a unit rate. For example, let's look at this problem right here. It says, how far does the car travel in 1 minute? It traveled 7 kilometers in 4 minutes. So they've given us a ratio here. They're saying it's 7 kilometers for every 4 minutes. And I wrote it as a fraction down here. And I want to find something called the unit rate. That's a comparison to 1 unit. Well, I know 7 kilometers in 4 minutes, but there's nothing I can divide both the top and the bottom to get this equivalent fraction, or this equivalent ratio in this case. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do a division problem. And my division problem is I'm going to have to do 7 divided by 4 to find out how far the car could travel in 1 minute. So I'm going to do 7 divided by 4. A little, 7 divided by 4. So then you ask yourself, how many times does 4 go into 7? Well, 4 goes into 7 1 time. And then 1 times 4 is 4, and you're left with 3. Well, I have a leftover. I need to extend my problem on by annexing a 0. So how many times, and I bring that 0 down, how many times does 4 go into 30? 4 goes into 37 times. And then what is 7 times 4? It's 28. So I'm left with 2. I'm going to annex another 0. How many times does 4 go into 20? 5 times. So my answer is 1.75 kilometers. So we can say our unit rate for this is that if a car travels 7 kilometers in 4 minutes, it traveled 1 7/75 kilometers in 1 minute. Okay, that's my unit rate. And I did it by dividing. Some of you would have known that 1 3/4 equaled 1.75. Some of you might have to annex those zeros to find that answer. And we've done that in previous lessons, so you should know how to do that. But if you're confused on that, make sure you're reaching out to me so you can understand it better. Now let's talk about the unit rate for 35 minutes in 5 laps. Well, we can write that as 35 over 5. 35 minutes in 5 laps. But let's say we want to know how far you would go in 1 lap. Well, we're going to do 35 divided by 5. Now this is a common math fact that you should know. What is 35 divided by 5? Well, you should know that 35 divided by 5 is 7. So we can say you can go it takes 7 minutes, to go 1 lap. So that's just a little bit about rates. You're going to have an IXL lesson on this. Make sure that you're reaching out to me if you need more work on it or if you're struggling to understand, and I will see you next time.